Hello, beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of Myth. When last we left off, well, something happened with Meto. Was he, I'm going to use the term shunted. Probably incorrect, but I'm not known for being correct. Was shunted back in time, or not really back in time, I guess. I want to say back in time just because, 2002 to what looks like Edo era Japan. But it's really not. It's like parallel universe and all that bunch of bullshit. But I hate time travel stories most of the time. It's one of the reasons why I don't like Doctor Who. One of the many, many reasons. And we finally and we talked to Lady ? And we're finally getting another Otherworld scene. It's been a while. We've been having Yuri scenes, and I'm not complaining about that. I do like Yuri after all. But it's been a while since we've had an Otherworld scene. My nose itches like crazy for some reason. Oh well. It must be cocaine or that I'm, not doing. I can't make that joke online because like stuff like this because people might take it as true. But I can in like with real life with the, people that I talk to in real life because they know it's not true. Or they have absolutely no idea that whether it's true or not, and it makes them uncomfortable, which makes it even funnier. But anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? It was so bright, so very bright. It hurt my eyes. Oh, this is probably, I should have mentioned this like 2 episodes ago, but I forgot. I have a pinched nerve in my upper back, so my posture is shit. So I keep kind of moving around and partially needing to readjust my microphone. Partially, I keep moving because it's kind of uncomfortable to stay sitting upright. So if the volume seems to go back and forth, and I would not be surprised if I cause my mic to clip just because I'm kind of hunched over a little bit, and if I do that accidentally and get a little bit too close to my mic, it will peak it, I'm sure. I don't remember. I don't think my mic will actually clip if I peak it, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. I've not actually tested that. I probably should. Whatever. But I apologize. It's sitting is kind of uncomfortable at times. So very bright. It hurt my eyes. The world came into view. It seemed to be a different world than the one with all those trees. It vaguely reminded me of where I was from. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. I hate sneezing. Someone was there. A lot of people were there. I'm glad I have the ability, and it's I can stop myself from yawning most of the time. I tend not to because the more I do it, what usually ends up happening is it kind of builds up, and I end up having like yawn. I do it once, that's okay. It doesn't really do much. I do it twice. Well, the next time I yawn, it's going to be a lot deeper, and I do it 3 times, and it's going to end up being a lot deeper, and so on and so forth, up until I finally yawn, and then and I think that's probably just a psychological thing, not an actual, But I can also stop myself from sneezing if I push the tip of my nose in a little bit and up. I can stop myself from sneezing. Not know why. Even if there's like an actual reason to sneeze, that always works and stops myself from sneezing. A lot of people were there. I had no idea who any of them were. No, wait. This person wearing those clothes. I had met them somewhere before. Who was it? Who are you? Hi, my name's Berserker. I don't know what your name is. I told her my name, though, so she'd know who I was. What? Berserker? Yeah. What's your name? Yuri? Yuri Yamagami. I see. You're Yamagami-san. Good evening. Do you happen to know where Loki-san is? Also, Hibiki? Oh, and Meto Tanabe, too. Yuri Yamagami-san grabbed my hand after I asked her that. It really hurt. Hey, that hurts. Where am I? Yuri Yamagami-san? Where's Loki-san? Where's Hibiki? Where's Meto Tanabe? It hurts. She pulled me by the hand. I couldn't do anything but follow behind her. Myth, Day 11. The Other Side of the Gate. This way. That was shorter than I remember. No, it's not shorter than I remember it being. Later. A world where the chromatic and achromatic blended together. That was enough of an indication that this world was a strange one. The woman before me just proceeded forward, not impressed in the least by that strangeness. Ryoko, Ichi. I guess the difference between us was that she'd already experienced this before. Don't ask me anything. You'll just increase the likelihoods of things happening. Based on what she said earlier, she meant the number of choices I would have to make would increase, and that meant an increase of the number of wrong choices I could make. That must have been what she meant. Either way, I was going to stay quiet if she told me to. As we walked through the forest, eventually the world began to take on color. Now then, Ryoko spoke up after reaching a certain point. Just beyond this path is the entrance to the forest. You're not going to come with me? No, I won't. Because it's beyond? Something like that? See you. Be sure to build a great future for yourself. She returned down the path she came. She didn't even bother to turn around. The more open the world became, the more the color returned. All color had returned to the world by the time I had made it past the entrance to the forest. I muttered to myself, and something happened. Two shadows approached me. You've arrived. Valkyrie, Riri-san, so you were safe all along. That's right. Riri-san shifted her gaze towards the forest. What happened to Kiki? She met her end in that forest. There is no reason to feel guilty about that. She would be reborn along with everyone else in the next loop. What was more important was... hold on. This track is very loud. To adjust my headphones. Please, explain. How can we escape using the gate? Understood. No, I'd like to go over our current situation before that. Seriously, what the fuck is with this track? It's just very loud. And I'm looking at the level, and it's not that loud for you guys. At least I don't think it is. There, I think that should be okay. I don't know, it's just very loud in my headphones. Riri-san looked back and forth between Valkyrie and me as she said that. Right, it'd probably be a good idea if we were all on the same page. Alright. The first thing I want to ask is about this man, Meto Tanabe. He came from a different world, or a different myth world, via our support. He's a circumstantially different Meto Tanabe compared to the Meto Tanabe who is in this world. Riri-san glared at me as though seeking confirmation. I nodded. Could you explain? The big difference between a Meto from this world and me. Look at this. I took the pieces of paper from the notebook out of my pocket and handed them to Riri-san. This is a record of days 1 through 20 in the myth that Meto Tanabe wrote. Meto Tanabe? Meto Tanabe from the first loop. Just like it says, myth always does the same thing on the 20th day. We follow the same path before disappearing? Right. And after we disappear, Meto, or myself, inherits the notebook. That's likely something Myth isn't too happy about, though. The author added something to the start of this loop, for Shimon to remove the notebook. And it was through that action that a new possibility was born. Myself. Then that means that you're an exception of sorts with the notebook, removed from the main plot. Riri-san muttered to herself as she read the notes. That's not a bad way of putting it. To Myth, he's an unexpected Meto Tanabe. He suspected that such an exception would manifest, however. We chose not to remove that exception because the plan to remove the notebook could only work if it was stolen from Meto Tanabe. Something like that, right? Yes, that's why we didn't write anything else for that exceptional world and instead decided to abandon it. But he's still alive and possesses the notebook. Because he ruined the plan we had. This current being, this abnormal Meto Tanabe, was worth transferring to Myth's main scenario. Why is that? Because it created an opportunity to steal the notebook. Of course, this was our, including Odin's, plan. A front in order to hide our real plan. I let Meto Tanabe onto the existence of the main scenario from within his dreams. That much was all for the front. After that, we had it in the murder of the main scenario's Meto. This considerably changed the objective of our plan. As a result, the exception's unexpected actions, the protagonist who was supposed to proceed through the exception, disappeared. Effectively, the exception world lost its protagonist. And at the same time, only an exception was left in the main scenario. That's a simple explanation of the current situation. I still don't understand. That leaves numerous mysteries unanswered. Riri-san didn't look satisfied by Valkyrie's explanation. Neither was I. The motive for killing the main scenario me in the first place was unclear. Sorry, but I'm not about to answer any more questions. It'd be pointless. Worst case scenario, it could bring back Meto Tanabe. How? You don't need to know. Just think about escaping. Meto Tanabe-kun, what you're about to attempt could be called a miracle, you know that? Are you aware there's no real way out? We're trying to pry an exit open ourselves. To put it simply, Riri-san murmured after listening silently. You can't explain this future where Shadowless wouldn't be brought back. You could say that. Nobody knows what this Meto Tanabe-kun's future will hold. Yes, depending on how you look at it, it may be a very truly human situation. I see. It certainly would be pointless. Riri-san laughed as a hopeful smile was brought to her face. However, it's too soon to be happy. The chances of returning to reality remains exceedingly low. How low, exactly? Several percent. But it's better than 0. This is the best compromise we can have. Fine then. I appreciate even several percent more than none. Riri-san said, cementing her determination. Yeah. After coming this far, all we could do was believe. Believe in Valkyrie, the administrators, and that small percent chance. Shall we go? One last thing. Valkyrie started walking before I could answer. I called out to stop her. Can I ask why you all betrayed Odin? That has nothing to do with escaping either. You can leave out details that cause problems. Could you tell me anything? Just think of it as small talk. Because she was using myth for herself. That was the last thing she said. Then she walked off by herself. Seemed like she was done organizing the current situation. For herself. Have any idea what that might mean? You're looking for your place. I don't know the reason why, but you're trying to make yourself fit in a number of different worlds. No. It was only a guess. Coming to that conclusion was better left until I had more information. Let's go, Riri-san. We followed Valkyrie. Wait a moment. This time, I was stopped by Riri-san. You forgot something. She handed me the notebook she was holding. Oh, sorry. That was what we were depending on. I couldn't let myself leave it somewhere. 5, huh? It was a number of sheets left in the notebook. 3 were used, while 2 were still blank. Riri-san, take this. I handed her one sheet, just in case anything happened. She silently accepted it. We arrived in a familiar, blank location. As I looked back on my memories, we proceeded towards the gate. I felt stares on me. Cold, sharp stares. We were met with an old man. He's the village chief, the actor in that role, rather. Now that he has his hands free, he's nobody, though. The person who was apparently the chief glared at us with big, piercing eyes. You seen what the plan said? You got some other goal in mind? The chief's heavy voice echoed. This is Meito Tanabe. I'm returning into reality. All the villagers started talking amongst themselves immediately. Alrighty, but why? You felt a disturbance from this man yourselves, haven't you? Even now, in this cycle, chaos is happening. You know that an administrator of myth. I can't let this be, don't you? Okay, but is that safe if he ends up changing something? It's fine. He's from a dimension that doesn't change anything. We've already done research into it. And the commotion stopped. Valkyrie tried to proceed, but the chief wouldn't move. Get out of the way. Sorry, but I can't trust you. Valkyrie or not, you... The chief's head hurtled through the air. Sorry, but there's no time. Disappear now or on the 20th day. It's your choice. The town returned to silence. Smart decision. We passed through the mass of shadows and resumed walking. This feels nice, Valkyrie said on the way to the cave. Next thing I knew, we were somewhere I recognized, most likely the location of the gate. Almost feels like I'm free. Don't you two agree? Let's think about that once we're outside the gate. Agreed. Well, I'm glad you're driven. This was our only chance. A chance we were only getting by fooling Odin. We couldn't let it go to waste. Valkyrie. What? Should I thank you and the other administrators? I wouldn't say should. We don't know if we'll succeed or not yet. Is that all? Yeah. Valkyrie turned around and began chanting a spell at the wall. Shadowless. As I watched, Riri-san called to me. If reality is beyond the gate, this is probably goodbye. Maybe so. Hey, about what you mentioned the other day. Huh? About Kiki. Why'd she ask you to tell me to forget about her? Well, that's not exactly a callback, but, well, I remember that. Did the main scenario me tell her this? Dunno. Don't lie. Kiki was starting to accept myth. She said she would keep waiting to see the end of the story. Please change this, Riri-san. When you return to the world of Goonie, please look for the source of myth. If you destroy it, I'm sure Kiki will come back too. Not that there's any proof of that, but I was planning to do so anyway. Another dimension floated in front of us. It was the second gate I'd seen. Now, enter the gate. Gate was about as wide as the average person is tall. It was too dark to determine what lay beyond it. Let's go, Shadowless. Right. We slowly stepped towards the gate. I'm depending on you, Meto. Myth. Otherworld. That's the name of this section. Unrecognized place. And I think I'm going to take a drink before we go any further. Wine that is simultaneously good and bad. How I know thee well. I guess that's what I get for trying to get something local. And my penchant for trying just various things. I like to try things. You're hurting me. The pain continued. There was no reason for her to grab my arm so tightly like that. And her doing that was inevitably going to be painful. Hey, listen to me. Come on. I finally shook my arm off her. It hurt so much, I just couldn't stand it. The pain felt like it was invading my very mind. Well, that's an interesting face from Yuri there. Yuri-san looked at me funny. Everyone else was looking at me funny too, so I looked at them funny as well. Follow me. She was angry, but her face was red. I hadn't experienced anything like that in a while. We went to some strange place after that. I didn't know the name of it though. Let's just call it the place with fewer people than the other place for now. Who are you? I told you, I'm Berserker. That's my name. Berserker. Yuri-san knit her brows as she stared at me. I stared back at her brow too. Odin, Valkyrie, Berserker. Her brow began to unfurrow. One of them? Situationally, that doesn't... More and more. Hey, it was fun to watch. Are you listening? More fun faces with Yuri. Yes? That was embarrassing. You aren't from this world, are you? Well, no. How did you come here? White light appeared, and I was supposed to be waiting in the forest with Loki-san and Hibiki to ambush Meto Tanabe. Yuri-san scratched her head. Actually, no, it was more like she was digging her nail into it. What kind of relationship do you have with Meto Tanabe? I'm gonna kill Meto Tanabe. Did you actually kill him? No, I failed when I tried to. Just when I was about to come out of hiding from the bushes. Wait, bushes? Yes, like I said, we were going to ambush him. That's what Loki-san told me to do. The god of fire, Loki. I see. So what happened? Is Loki the god of fire? I don't know a ton about Norse mythology. Um, most of what I do know comes from stories and a couple of older games, but I really don't know much. And not God of War. I've actually not played the newest God of War for varying reasons. Most of which because I don't buy games all that much. I pretty much only buy games if I think I'm going to play them for a certain number of hours. But yeah, or I think I want to play them as a series. But I'm trying to think. I know Loki was a trickster god. I don't remember if he was a god of fire. I know the Greek god of fire was, well, not god necessarily, but Prometheus, who was associated with fire. I think Apollo is technically also a god of fire, but I don't think Loki matches up with either of them exactly, although Prometheus kind of. There's also Hephaestus, and never mind. I'm thinking way too much about things that really don't matter. Wait, how much did I tell you? You came out from the bushes to go and kill Meto, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. I just got to the climax. Meto Tanabe turned into white light suddenly, and then everything else did. And before you realized that you were in this world? World? Well, yeah. Yuri-san put her hand on her chin. She must have been thinking to herself. Had nothing to do, but there was something that looked fun nearby. A seat hanging on 2 chains. Whoa. Whoa. I can't do it. My third is, nah, I was gonna, I used to be able to, and I might still if I, if my allergies weren't quite so bad, do the Crash Bandicoot. Whoa, high pitched. Whoa. Yeah, I can't do it right now. Oh well. Unfortunate. Okay, I'm bored. I guess I'm going back. I told Yuri-san that. She still had her hand on her chin. Going back? Where? Back to my world. Your world? Oh, I'm sorry. She must not know what I mean. I'm going back to Asgard. That's where I originally came from. That's why I'm gonna go back. To go back. How can I go back? Was there some way to go back? Oh, shoot. I have to remember. They won't stick around for long. We have to do something quick. Not that. Not that either. Listen up, Berserker. This. If you see a girl before you, say this. My name is Berserker. Introduce yourself. After that, you have to go to the Honkyo headquarters with her. Honkyo. Ho-in-kyo. Go to the Honkyo headquarters. Honkyo? Yeah, that's what Loki-san said. That's where I have to go. Right, all I have to do is go to this Honkyo head place and I can go back home. Wait. What now? Do you know where that is? Oh, no. I think I forgot. Let me try remembering again. Let's go. I'll show you where it is. Huh? I was going to ask her if she really did know where it was, but I stopped because she began to walk away. Is this Yuri Yamagami-san a good person? I don't know, but she might be. I proceed to follow behind her. Myth, Day 12. Who's the strange one? And I think this, despite... I'm pretty sure this next bit isn't that long, but I think it's a little bit longer than I want to record. I actually would like to go and try to, God, what's the term? Decompress my spine. That should be fun. Yeah, things are kind of interesting in an interesting state. And as I mentioned last episode, I believe it was, I think there's only about an hour or two left of this visual novel. I could be wrong. It could be a bit more. I don't think it's less. But if it is more, I don't think it's too much more. We're pretty close to the end. My guess is about an hour, roundabout. But yeah, next time, we find out who the strange one is. Oh, I can't think of any good cliffhangers that aren't spoilery. Oh, that's the problem with knowing a visual novel, knowing how it ends, knowing I'm very close to the end, and not knowing what to tease towards that isn't just a big major plot point. Fuck me. Anyway, I hope to see you all next time.